All right, because you go back to Deuteronomy 28, verse 6, it says, thou shalt be given to another people. All right, now it shall not be redeemed, man. All right, but shall not be bought. All right, that goes back to the word, roughly goes back to the word redeemed, man. So nobody's going to redeem you. All right, but Yahweh shot when he comes back. All right, reading on. That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
Go in on that. Go in on that. I want to get on that.
Matter of fact, I'm going to get a precept just going to break it down, man. All right, so the Psalm 83.
While you find that, I just want to say that we should be saved. It says we should be saved from the hands of our enemies. But no, we're going to be saved with our enemies. We're going to be saved with Edomites. We're going to be saved with Hamites, with Moabites. No, we're going to be saved from the hands of our enemies, man. They not coming with us except for in bondage, man.
That's it. So when y'all see them slave ships come, all right, just know you're going to be the first one up on it.
Right.
All right, so this is a precept, man, backing up, telling you, man, who our enemies are. All right, this is Psalms 83, and I'm going to jump straight to the point. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the tabernacles of Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, and the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabians, of Moab, the Chinese and Hungarians, the Baal and Ammon, then the Japanese and Amalek, all right, man, the chief house of Esau, all right, them so-called Jews, man, them Jewish people, all right, them gutter rats over there. The Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre. All right, going back. So those were our enemies, man. All right, the Bible shows you, man. All right, who your true enemies are, man. All right, but if you can't see that, you got your hair stuck up your ass, man. You need to get it out. All right.
Right.
So this is Luke, back in Luke chapter 1, verse 71. Again, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. All right, and then we just broke down who your enemies were and who are those that hate you. Verse 72, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant.
What was the promise that was given to Jacob? That we going to get the kingdom of heaven, man.
I got a precept. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 4. Verse 3, for I could wish them myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
The flesh, man.
Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenant and the giving of the Lord and the service of Yahweh and the promises.
Yep, and the service of the Lord, salvation is a service of Yahweh.
Exactly. So salvation, the covenant, the promises, all the love, all right, was given unto the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true Hebrew Israelites. All right? All right, Luke chapter 1, verse 73. The oath which he swore to our father Abraham that he would grant unto us that we be delivered. Start over. The oath which he swore to our father Abraham that he would grant unto us that we being delivered out of the hand of our enemies might serve him without fear and holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our life.
And he went to Psalms 83 and it told you who our enemies is. So he said, saved out of the hands of our enemies. Psalms 83 tells you who our enemies is. Those are the hands that we're going to be saved out of, man.
Why you think Yahweh Shai said we are sheep in the midst of wolves, man? All right, be ye wise as serpents, but harmless as a dove. All right, because we're surrounded by our enemies, man. All right, and the wolves are parabolic for our enemies. All right, and as we said, we are sheep, man. Because if you read in Matthew, Yahweh Shai said he is not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All right, and we're that lost, and we're that sheep. All right, we're not lost no more, knowing the truth. All right, but you still have the 2/3 out there. All right, you got that?
Yep, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 42, just starting at verse 1. Let's get some knowledge, right? Of these things be not thou ashamed, man. Because the boy, the celebrity, he went and apologized. He said he was ashamed of everything he said. See, we come out here, we going to tell these heathen to their face America's going to be burnt up by nuclear fire. We going to tell them they go on to slavery. Why? Because we not ashamed, man. That's a commandment, man. Of these things be not ashamed, and accept no person to sin thereby. So I'm not going to choke the truth, because I'm not going to accept you to sin. I'm going to give you the truth so you can get out of sin, man. This is verse 2. Of the law of the Most High. So don't accept no person to sin thereby, of the law of the Most High, and of the covenant, and of the judgment to justify the ungodly. So we out here telling the ungodly. Salaki, get the GoPro, it don't rap. Yep. Go ahead, but pretty much we out here telling the ungodly, which is Esau, Edom, the border of wickedness. If you could get that one in Malachi, we out here telling them what? We telling them that, look, man, this is justice that's coming to you, man. Thermonuclear fire, and ultimately slavery, man, bondage.
All right, Malachi chapter 1, verse 3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragon from the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are in promise, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever.
Forever.
So Yahweh, all right, is going to have indignation, all right, which means, all right, a quarrel, all right, as you say, all right, in the lamest terms, beef, man. All right, he's always going to have an issue with Esau, Edom. What's that precept where he says, I will have war with Amalek from generation to generation? All right, well, in the scriptures, man, roughly paraphrasing, said, all right, Yahweh said he will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. All right, and that's the indignation, man. All right, because when we came out of Egypt, all right, who was the first to attack us, man? The so-called white man, Amalek. All right, the chief house of Esau. All right, so because of that, Yahweh said he will have war with Amalek. All right, and he'll fly up their name. All right, forever. All right.
This Isaiah 63, I'm gonna leave it on this, man. This is, who is that coming from Edom, man? Who is that? With dyed garments from Bozrah.
Yes, sir.
That is glorious in his appeal, traveling in the greatness of his strength. And I speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore